I think in the fashion of how we won it, it's right up there, obviously, and the importance of that game for the whole state, I think was very good. I've won some national playoff games and beat the #1 ranked team 3 times as a coach in the 1AA level. So there was, I had a lot of fun games and memories that have won and been part of as a coach. So that one was pretty special. You know, the thing I think that's changed is just the magnitude. There's just more, it's talked about more, probably because the media has expanded so much more, and there's so more avenues and venues out there to get the game out and the information out, and so it just seems to be at a greater magnitude and more widespread than it used to. I think the intensities probably hasn't changed, you know, from the game's perspective. Well, we want Jeff to be Jeff and to play the way he's capable of playing and not read too much into this. You know, he still's got a job to do, and it doesn't change regardless who we're playing. And so hopefully he comes out and just plays the way he's capable of playing and is the competitive player that we know he is, and he wants to lead his team to victory. And I think that's the bottom line, and that's how he needs to play for us to have success. You know, I've gone back and forth on that. I know I can't control it, so I don't care. And but yeah, if it snows, I think it'll be fun for everybody, to be quite honest. But it really isn't something I'm focusing on. I know this. There's going to be a lot of snow on the ground, and there's probably a chance there's going to be snow at some time during the game. That's at least the forecast. Maybe there won't be. Maybe it will be. But I think we're ready for anything. I don't think it's going to be a conscience concern for us. We're gonna let it rip and go play the game. Well, it's hard to, you know, put something on that and understand what that means. I think the bottom line is that we want to continue to play good football and watch Cougar football evolve like it has this season and let it keep moving forward. And I think as long as you come out and you can play competitive in games and win games, that it continues to attract the eye of young players. And it can mean something down the road. As in terms of anything this current recruiting cycle, I don't know that it's going to have an impact, to be honest. But it may, you know, in future years down the road. I think so, because it's so rare. You know, people think about this game and it being snow, and realistically, if I'm correct, the last time there was snow in this game was 1992. That's 18 years ago, so it's not like this is a common thing. I know it snowed in '88 during the game, but I just think it's not very common. There's games played in snow, and I think that adds to excitement. And history has shown that happening, obviously, in this game a few times. And I just think that it does bring out a certain level of excitement for certain people, and I think it's a great thing. You know, we did, but I wouldn't say a lot. You know, I'd say a few hours here and there more. You know, you can do too much. The scary thing is, and it happens all the time, is you spend too much time on it, you come up with too many things, and you end up hurting yourself. And so there's a fine line of having a good understanding of what you want to do and trying to do too much. And so we got to be real cautious that that's not the avenue we go down, because that's a common thing that happens to coaches. And so we just got to make sure we do the things we do well and do them well, and execute our game plan. I don't know that an extra week or two of film watching makes you better, because we've done that. And you do that generally in every first game of the year. You know, everybody watches way more film of the upcoming opponent than you do anybody else, and you get in those first games, and a lot of times it doesn't really do you a whole lot different. So I think you just got to be cautious and make sure you don't do too much. No, we had to talk about that, and no, we can't let them say whatever they want. It's kind of like I think I heard this from Bill Moose the other day, is we don't want to have a battleship mouth and a rowboat body, and we just gotta make sure that we focus on ourselves, give our opponent respect. We'll leave the talking up for other people. We got a job to do, and that's how we're going to approach it. You know, I think I'm so, you know, I'm an all-in kind of guy, and I'm either, you know, and I'm a Cougar through and through, 100%. And if you're a Cougar and pretty radical about being a Cougar, like I am, 100% of my focus and intensity is this game, and it's very important to play well, and it's very important to try to win. Because if you're a competitive person, and you know, the most competitive games draw out the most competitive people. It means a lot when it comes to this part, you know, the competitive side and being a coach. That means a lot because I have a strong desire to be successful here and have our program, you know, win this battle as often as we possibly can. It's very, very important for me.